If you created a vision board this year and none of your goals came true, let me share with you why, but also let me share with you my step-by-step framework on how I create my vision boards where all of my goals actually come true. Because let's be real, if we're spending the time, the effort, the energy to actually put together a vision board, we want to make sure our goals actually come true. So in this video, I'm going to lay out every single thing that I do every December to make sure that I am setting myself up to achieve all my goals and even more for the new year. And when I tell you, I'm going to give you this step by step, I literally mean in detail. I'm going to share everything that I already did because look over here, I've already created my vision board for 2025. So I'm going to show you everything that I did this past weekend to create the vision board of my dreams. But I want to start off by saying one of the reasons why people create vision boards but then none of their goals actually come true is because they create a vision board where their goals are honestly too far-fetched. Now, I'm all about creating big, audacious goals that really scare you, but realistically, if you put goals on your vision board that you know for a fact you probably won't actually achieve next year, don't put them down because odds are you're not actually going to achieve it. And that kind of goes into it's not even slightly realistic. For an example, if you want to start a business and you write down on your vision board that you want to make $1 million next year, but you've never made a single dollar online, a lot of the times that's probably not a realistic goal. Of course it can happen because once again, you can attract anything that you want into your life. But if you don't believe it's going to happen, it's probably not going to happen for you. Now, with that also being said, if you write down goals on your vision board and you don't actually create a realistic plan to achieve them, guess what? It's not going to happen. But I'm going to share here in a little bit how I actually pick my goals and how I put things on my vision board that actually get me on the right path of achieving them. And then lastly, a lot of people create their vision boards and then they never look at them again, or they just honestly forget about their goals. If you were the type of person where you create a vision board every single year in December, you're so amped up in January, you start working towards your goals, and then by January 15th, you're like, okay, I'm already done. I already forgot about my goals. I'm not following through with them. And no, we are not doing that in 2025. We're not doing that next year because you're worthy of creating the most unforgettable life for yourself. So step number one of creating a vision board that manifests your brand new life in 2025 is creating and identifying what type of vision board you actually want to make. Now, I broke it down into 3 categories and I've created these type of vision boards for myself, but you want to get clear on what type of vision board you actually want to make. Now, the first one is realistic and achievable goals. These are goals where you're looking at the next new year ahead and you're like, okay, based on what I did this year, it's probably likely I'm going to be able to reach these goals. Now, I highly recommend having some realistic goals on your vision board. So when you're actually looking at it throughout the entire year, you're already checking things off of your goal list in order for you to also feel better to keep going and achieving even more goals. And once again, these are also very doable. They're really like forward focus when it comes to the goals and everything that you want to attain in the new year. So on my vision board, I always have at least a few like realistic, achievable goals that I'm already on the path of getting to, but I also make sure I put some other ones on there. So once again, you can have a vision board that's only realistic, only achievable, and let me tell you, when you do that, that's also really going to help you build your confidence because by the end of next year, you're going to be like, okay, I achieved literally everything on my vision board. The second type of vision board you want to create is a big and expansive one. Now, that's typically the type of vision board I love to make where I have goals on there that still scare me, that still stretch me, but once again, it's not like owning a $10 million mansion, right? There are goals on there where it's gonna push, like it's gonna really push me, it's gonna push me outside of my comfort zone, but that's like, for me, I feel like that's the entire point of having a vision board and setting goals where it's really gonna push you. So you can have a vision board where it's all big, all expansive goals that's really going to allow you to step into this new version of yourself. Now, the last vision board you can create is what I call like a dream vision board. This is where you're putting down like your mansion, maybe a Lamborghini, maybe like $1 million business. Once again, if you know, I mean, who knows, maybe in 2025 you will achieve it, but if you know it's probably not gonna happen, but you like to have a vision board where you can really look forward to your future, that's the type of vision board that you can create. And a dream vision board will actually also help you keep going, especially during those moments when you're kind of questioning throughout the year, is it worth it? Is it not? And then you look at your dream vision board and you're like, okay, this is why I'm actually doing what I'm doing. Now, for me personally, I like to create vision boards every single year that have some realistic, achievable goals, and then the majority of them are big and expansive. Now, after you choose what type of vision board you want to create, step number 2 is picking out your goals and categorizing them under these 5 categories. Now, every single year, I like to make sure I have a very balanced goal list that I am working towards. So the 5 categories I always break down my goals in are relationships, health, personal, business, career / finance / money, and then we have spirituality. So I love to have at least like 3 to 5 goals under each category, so that way throughout the year I'm not just like focused on business and money, or I'm not just focused on like health and fitness. I'm really balanced in all areas, because you already know me. When it comes to creating your unforgettable life, it's not about just focusing in on one area. It's all about growing and expanding in all of those areas. And this might be the first year where you're actually creating multiple goals under multiple categories, but trust me on this one, it honestly makes you feel so good, because this past year, one of my big goals on my vision board was going on more walks, being more active, doing a lot of different type of like exercises for working out. And I absolutely did that. I did go on more walks. I did do Pilates. I did dance. I did working out. I did all of those things. So once again, choose 3 to 5 goals under each category. And that is basically going to be the goals that you're going to be picking pictures for in order for you to put it on your vision board. Now, this next step might be a little bit different and probably something you will not see on any other like video or vision board creation tutorial. And step number 3 is creating a list of like 5 to 10 habits and or actions that will help you get closer to all of these goals. Now, once again, one of the main reasons why people are unable to achieve their goals is because they just write down the result, or they get a picture of the result, but they don't actually build the habits to get there. So on your vision board, if you have a picture, like on here, I have a picture of a very like toned body. I want to get a lot more toned this year. If you have a picture of a very toned body, you want to lose weight, also have a picture of you going to the gym, of you going on a walk, of healthy food, because that is going to get you closer to the end result and to the end destination. And another example, if you want to build a brand on social media, you want to become a content creator, you want to be an influencer, don't just have written down, or don't just have a picture of like a camera. For me, I have a play button on YouTube, but also have a picture of like a social media calendar or like a to-do task list. So that way you can actually see, okay, these are the habits that I need to be doing every single day in order for me to still achieve my goal. So every single day when you actually look on your vision board, it will motivate you to take the action, take the habits. And let me tell you, when I started to do this on my vision boards, it actually helped me reach my visions, reach my goals a lot faster than just having the end result on the board. Step number 3.5, you can do this if you want to, you don't have to, but I love to choose either like 3 to 5 words or quotes to put on my vision board. And this is basically adjectives where it is going to describe what type of year you want to have. So if you want to be, in your power, if you want to have like surrender, if you want to be more calm, if you want to be more strong, just have some power words that you can either print out. Once again, you can even make it on Canva and print and put on your vision board. So once again, that kind of reminds you, this is the type of vibe you're going for. This year, I actually don't have any words on my vision boards, but I do have quotes like, make decisions from the perspective of who you want to become. That is going to remind myself that I am taking action from my highest self, not from my current reality. Another one, everything I want wants me more. Hashtag all about manifestation and all about attraction. So this just adds like a little extra layer of excitement when you look at your vision board, and it just also reminds reminds you of the type of person you are going to be in 2025. Step number 4, by far my favorite part, is finding the pictures on Pinterest, Google, or even clipping it out on magazines. I love to take the time to really find pictures that are going to be like a direct match of the vision that I'm going to be creating in 2025. Now, I like to use Pinterest because I find Pinterest as like the most aesthetic, but I will also go on Google and just find pictures that once again match my vision. For an example, one thing that I have on my vision board is just learning more about mindset, learning more about personal development. So I have a picture of a brain. And something else I have on my vision board is that going to Pilates, right? Doing even more Pilates at like a class at a studio. So I have a picture of someone at Pilates. So you can choose what type of pictures you want to print out, what type of pictures you want to put on your vision board. I know sometimes people create very aesthetically colored vision boards where like all of their visions are more sort of like neutral and tan. It's a little bit of dark lighting. For me personally, I like to have a very vibrant vision board, as you guys can see. So I have a lot of pictures, I have a lot of colors going on, but you will probably end up having anywhere from like 15 to 30 goals. So I just try to make sure I have at least one picture per goal. And then also, sometimes I like to get very creative and I will go on Canva, I'll Photoshop some pictures, especially for like reaching my goal of 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Once again, my task list I want to do. So you can get so creative with this, honestly, especially if you have a lot of time to create your vision board. Don't be afraid to create your own pictures that you want to put on here. Number 5 is go get all of the pieces of paper, stickers, glue, scissors, all of the tools that you need to actually create your vision board. I personally love going to Hobby Lobby. I go there every single year because they have like the biggest variety of colors when it comes to paper. They have stickers, they have glitter, they have scissors, glue, basically everything you need. This year I chose kind of like a cream colored piece of paper. Previously I've done, you can see my vision board back here, but I've used like hot pink. Some of the years I've used like a seafoam green color. So once again, just based on your vibe for the year, choose either like a piece of paper or like a bigger poster board for you to actually post your pictures on. And if you guys haven't noticed by now, I love to romanticize this. I love to make this honestly like a day. I love to make this like a full-on experience and activity, because when you put so much like energy, intention, fun, joy, excitement behind it, guess what? Your visions are actually going to come true. Now, step number 6 is actually putting the vision board together. Now, I love to do this with my fiance, Andy. He's been doing vision boards with me for over, I think, like 4 or 5 years. I used to do vision boards by myself, but when I met him, I'm like, okay, this is a tradition, a ritual I do every single year. So of course, you're gonna be doing it with me. But you can either do it by yourself. Once again, pour yourself a glass of wine, invite your friends over, make it fun, okay? I love to have, first of all, I like to cut all of my pictures and then I like to have it on my board and I like to arrange it based on what kind of like looks good and what feels good. And then I'll start to glue it down. So of course, you guys can see I had a lot of pictures cut out and a lot of pictures I had to put on here. So you can see a lot of mine were actually overlapping. And for me personally, I like to have a really full vision board because that just allows me to check off even more goals and also just like looks better that way. And you don't have to get this thing perfect. It can be messy, it can be really organized, simple. You can do it however you want. But then I just start to glue everything down. And then in the middle, I had in pink glitter 2025. And then I was done. This is my finished vision board. I'm so happy. I'm so excited for it, but we're still not done yet. We have 2 more steps in order for you to complete your vision board for the new year. That's actually going to allow you to manifest your dream life. Now, step number 7, this is me kind of going to the extreme, but I highly recommend doing it because it's just going to allow you to really use your vision board every single day, and that is actually going to laminate it. Now, I actually haven't laminated my vision board yet because you can see the pieces of paper still kind of sticking out, but I like to do it just because especially if you have a lot of pictures on here, it can be a little bit delicate. So when I laminate it, everything kind of just like glues in, it sticks together, and I just know for a fact nothing's gonna fall out. And you can see here, this is last year's vision board. It's already laminated, so me and Andy are probably gonna go do that here, probably either later today or tomorrow. So if you wanna go the extra mile, and especially if you did it on a piece of paper, go laminate it. If you did it on a big poster board, I'm pretty sure you can't laminate it, but that's okay. Last but not least, step number 7 is probably one of the most important steps for you to make sure your goals actually manifest in reality in 2025. And step number 7 is looking at your vision board every single day and taking at least one action towards a goal on that board. Because let's be honest, a vision board is not meant for you to do it once and just like put it away and never look at it again. I have my old vision board, or like 2024 vision board, right behind me, and I like work here every single day. So every single morning when I walk into my office, I look at my vision board. I'm like, okay, these are all the things that I'm going to be achieving. What is at least like 1 to 3 actions that I can do every single day that's going to allow me to get closer to my goal? And then also at the end of every single month, every single quarter, I will see how much that I've already completed. And I'll also look at what are the goals on my vision board that are still far-fetched and that are still far away. And then I'll make sure that month, that week, that day, that I will write down in my calendar actions, habits, people, opportunities, experiences that I need to immerse myself in order for me to get closer to reaching those goals. Because a vision board on its own, it's not going to allow you to reach your goals. It's going to be fun to create, but once again, if you want your goals to actually manifest, have it somewhere where you can see it every single day, and make sure you are taking the actions, the habits, being the person who's actually going to be able to achieve it. And I know all of you guys are going to be creating your unforgettable life in 2025. Let me know in the comments if this is your first year creating a vision board, or if you have created vision boards every single year. And also let me know, what is your biggest goal that you are going to be achieving and manifesting it in 2025. I love you guys so much. Have the most amazing rest of your year. Happy holidays, happy new year. If I don't see you, talk to you, if you don't watch any of my videos until next year. But I love you guys so much. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. And honestly, this is just the beginning for you, the beginning for us, the beginning for me. And I'm so excited for every single thing that I put on my vision board this year. So until then, and until next time, make sure that you stay unforgettable.